Thank you, Mr. Johannes. Let me raise an issue that on Millennium Challenge that I've been concerned about for some time, and that is the $240 million contract with Senegal. And I'll give you just one of many of the issues that I've raised repeatedly with your agency, and that is the fact that you've got a 160-foot tall North Korean statue being shipped in by the 83-year-old president, probably at a cost, I would guess, around $50 million. And he gets 35% of that as a kickback. We're talking about the president of the country. Gets 35% of that as a kickback to a personal foundation. This is a guy who created a special ministry for his son, in order to pay his son. We have a European diplomat who was given a gift of $200,000 walking out of the country before a loan came the other direction. I just really wonder, you know, it's not just that our aid dollars freed up Senegalese funds to be used for a statue taller than the Statue of Liberty, taller than the Redeemer statue in Latin America. I mean, this thing is really a colossus, North Korean art, sitting there. It's the fact that the North Koreans got the money. And our U.S. taxpayers, you know, put money into Senegal, and that frees up money for this kind of an operation. Frankly, you strip away everything else, and we're essentially rewarding a guy who's helping fund the regime in North Korea, besides the corruption that's going on there. And I've written repeatedly, raised this issue with the Secretary of State, tried to get everybody to reevaluate the $540 million over there. And I know we say we're bringing up these issues with him, but he's extended his term to 7 years in office. Come on. Could you give me your take on what we're doing right now with President Wade in Senegal, which is certainly moving the wrong direction? I've been in Senegal, and I was there back when it was moving the right direction. Right now, we're doubling down on somebody who's backpedaling as fast as humanly possible in terms of the rule of law.
Thank you very much, Mr. Congressman. You know, in terms of the statue, I mean, those things happen. We're not happy about it, but some of the poorest countries, they seem to be doing something like that, which is stupid, but nevertheless, that goes on. In terms of looking at the country as a whole, when you consider Senegal with other countries, primarily in the area of corruption, and the area of good governance, and the area of freedom of the press, and economic policies, and investment in people, they do score extremely well. Having said that, you know, a number of those issues have come to us in the last couple of months. In fact, there was an incident that happened a couple of months ago where he exempted a couple of the ministries from procurement processes, and we responded back, and we worked in conjunction with the State Department, the World Bank, and others, and we sent a message that if you ever, if you don't, decide to remove those exemptions, that will suspend or terminate our compact. And they reversed our after they heard our complaint. So we are, when it appears to be sometimes a problem, we are responding to it. We are making some changes. They are responding to us. I mean, after all, you have about $500 million. They don't want to lose that.
I understand that, but think on this, all right? As I say, once they were moving in the right direction, they had think tanks that were promulgating the right ideals. You brought out these facts. The facts I look at is how Transparency International see it. And they say that Senegal has fallen from number 71 in 2007 to 105 out of 178, 105 from the list in their corruption ranking. In other words, they're not moving the right direction. They're slipping about as fast as a country can slip. And I would argue that, we've got, at some point in time, you have to send a message. And you've got to send a message to other countries that you're serious. And if Senegal isn't it, and if cutting this deal with the North Koreans to bring in a statue taller than the Statue of Liberty in which 35% of the money gets kicked back to a personal foundation of President Wad. If he has a relationship with what he's doing with his son, if that isn't the red light, I don't know what is. I would really suggest to you what I've suggested in numerous blogs and letters and in meetings with the Secretary of State. Please reverse this action. Thank you.